Unwin, in particular, they have a lot of play options around runes because they can do things on the map because they have a Storm Spirit, they got a Mirana, they have DK, they have all these heroes I kind of want to get active early, potentially buy a Blink Dagger, so that's nice. But on Navi's side, because you pick this Enigma, you are forcing yourself to be playing a very slow game.
Okay.
Razor, he doesn't do much, right? He kind of just hits creeps. He doesn't have a stun. If he gets runes, sure, that's gonna be great. He can run around. Enigma, he's not gonna make any plays. Sven's farming too. So you got a really slow lineup here for Navi.
Got stuck there. Respect tried to get out early. They did already get a good ward down in the area. The Nature's Prophet placing down the Observer ward up on that hill there, which will be able to give them some pretty good vision. But yeah, I guess that's the thing that's going to be interesting. And I guess that is something else that Chira Jr. can maybe play around. You're talking about needing those runes to make plays. It feels like if they can make those rotations in with Sweden Strong, with Respect to try and secure them for the Storm, he can maybe make some solid rotations. And maybe part of the reason that they wanted to take something like a Storm as opposed to the more sit-back hero. Because they need to wait for that DK to like get his Blink Dagger online and all the rest of it.
Yeah, I mean, Navi's definitely banking on the fact that their lanes are going to be stable. Basically, Navi wants to extend the laning stage for indefinitely. They don't want it to end, pretty much.
Yeah.
On the side
Oh my God.
One win. Okay, 4 bounties.
Dude, the other thing I just realized also, Respect had to use 2 leap charges to get away, which means he won't have Starfall for the lane for Enigma. Yeah, that's rough. That's a lot of things that went well for Navi right out of the gate. My God.
And they wanted to have a good laning stage, and I think they already got it. So that's good for them. So not to move too far into the future here, but kind of talking about like the runes and how they matter a lot here. Because if Storm gets a rune, you have an NP, right? You can play really quick on the map.
Yeah.
But for now, they have to deal with this laning stage on 1 win. And as you mentioned, this leap is not ideal. And kind of look at Munkushi. He's got Eidolons hitting him on the top lane. He's got Disruption, Illusions hitting him. He's probably not going to have very much fun up here.
No, this is going to be a lot of tangos brought out consistently. Nature's Prophet is actually going to TP behind to get right now on top of Yuragi. So making the move to pressure him to the side there. Interesting.
Yeah, just getting that bonus damage from the teleport there so he can trade.
I like it. Well, it's definitely a good way to try and pressure. And the CM, the type of hero that can, make a lot happen around that level 2 timing, almost has it now, but also is really susceptible to just being killed if she steps a bit too far forward. And, if she ever gets stunned by Cloud, probably dead.
Yeah, we'll see if he even decides to level up the stun. Potentially, he might want to just put more points in the armor, spam and get his own farm up. I think the goal is going to be, I thought they might go on Cloud there for a second. The opportunity potentially is there. But yeah, I think the goal here is to get Cloud in a spot where he can just get a point in his armor, just sit there, and then NP can make some rotations, ideally, to probably, a man fight going on over here. Who's stronger?
Yeah, right now, CM's still got that mango. Ended up taking the level 2 into Arcane Aura. Sweden Strong dropping, but not dead. So no Nova means no kill.
Yeah, but he will have the ability to keep spamming the Frostbite for harassment purposes.
Speaking of which, now on the Cloud, but can't do anything there, really. So getting somewhat low across all of these lanes, actually. And, all across the board, Navi is just winning the lanes.
Yeah, top lane, I would not want to be playing this lane if I were Munkushi. This does not look fun.
No, they're denying the Eidolons out too constantly. Super annoying to try and contend with. Yeah, God, 17 and 10 right now versus only 6 and 1 for Munkushi.
It doesn't get better either. That's the problem, right?
Yeah.
And he's going Orchid first item, which is, interesting choice. Normally see the Vlads. But that's going to be a super early Orchid. It's going to apply a lot of pressure to this Morphling. Already sending out the, what is that called, the Blitz Knuckles.
God.
And the Sage is smacked. He's farmed. This man is very farmed.
He's just gonna be punching. I love that. Yeah, and like you kind of have to come on up and contest this because there's the pull that's available too. They're just not getting anything. Yeah, mid lane, they're going to need these runes. There's no doubt about that. And I mean, Storm's still getting his farm. Like he's losing the lane a little bit, but nothing to write home about completely.
Yeah. And this isn't bad. Like, you are a hero that can't take away the link whatsoever, so the fact that he's just doing okay already is pretty good enough, I'd say.
Yeah. Well, TPN towards the mid, trying to get something going here. Needed to get some extra damage, but wasn't able to keep Sanctity in position. Will be able to secure both of the water runes, though.
Yeah, that's big. Because now it's going to mean that this Razor can't play aggressive without having to go back and heal or bring a salve. He's going to have to do something that he didn't want to do.
Right. Respect. Taking some more hits there from the Malefice and the summons. Really aggressive and spammy lane coming from Navi on the top has been the story of this game so far.
This is the most annoying lane I've ever seen in my life.
Yuragi, oh, he goes down. Cloud draws first blood. It's hit by the tower trying to run underneath it to get the kill onto him, and it doesn't happen. I mean, that's big.
Well, yeah, it is. It's definitely something they desperately need. And if they can get this DK to a point where I feel like they have to kind of just all in the Enigma top lane somehow. They got to do something about this Enigma.
Yeah.
Soon, or he's going to be a big threat. Because Morphling is not the type of hero that really enjoys going to the jungle. Not early on, at least not when you're level 3.
Right. Well, and I think he's very killable too, right? Like this guy has Blitz Knuckles. He's an attack speed item. He's got 800 HP. This is very likely a kill, particularly with the Nature's Prophet on the line. We'll see if he overextends. Frit's going to have to be very careful about his positioning.
I mean, he's very easy to kill, but at the same time, they all could die too to these Eidolons.
Yeah. Oh, they're going.
They're going to try it, though.
That's what they need. Blood Grenade, a couple more hits. Didn't quite get the full block off there. It would have been really good, but did not happen. On point with his positioning. And now, getting close to the 6-minute mark, they brought numbers mid, so they won't be able to get the rune either. And in fact, diving back, he just got level 6. Disruption. Do they have enough to kill him, though? I don't think so. Good decision to zip left.
But they will get the rune. They will force out the glyph. Yeah, that was very fortunate. I think he probably knew on Shira Jr. that he'd get 6 from that. But you didn't really know on Navi. So it kind of baited him a little bit there. But they're getting good damage on this tower here.
Trying to do what they can to stop it. Will arrow the catapult. So that keeps this alive a little bit longer. But Navi not backing down. Stepping underneath the tower, finding Sweet and Strong. He's going to die in Sanctity. The chase coming from Zayats onto Respect. They don't need a catapult. They're just going to freaking keep this pressure on. Unbelievable.
Yeah, and if you have both side laners here, I wouldn't say both side laners, but one side laner is not having fun, and that's Linkushi. But DK, he's pretty happy in this lane. You don't really have to deal with him very much anymore.
Oh, no.
And Yuragi, he's going for the Wisdom Rune here.
Okay, but Sweet and Strong got the other one. So not the end of the world, but, and in fact, can he get a kill? Instead, they get the kill onto the Enigma up top. Oh, big.
Yeah, that's a good kill. Definitely a really good kill there. Chira Jr. making some rotations. Even though he lost his tower, lost his lane, he did manage to get a big prize there and snatching the gold bounty of that Enigma there. So that'll help him. Still having a little bit of a rough game here just because, yeah, as mentioned, he lost his tower. Lane wasn't particularly supposed to go in his favor either. And Morph also struggling a bit. It's only DK, really, that's having kind of a good game here.
Yeah. And even him, I mean, he's getting sort of bullied back a bit as Respect is going to be chased down and killed by the Razor. So yeah, like you talked about, this laning stage for Navi, it just keeps going well as Zayats gets another stack now onto that hard camp.
Enigma's one creep away here from level 6 as well. Almost. One creep from 6 and about a creep wave and a half away from Orchid. So Strong timing's coming out for Nefrid here.
Yeah, that's going to be solid for him. I mean, Storm, Morph, like they do not want to play into this. Either one of them kind of gets bodied by it.
I mean, Mirana too, right? Like
yeah,
all
true.
these heroes. Lots of mobility to the decline here on the with this Orchid purchase. But it makes me wonder if he's gonna go for Orchid, what will he transition after? I guess we'll have to see, but this is still a free black hole game, so I'm imagining a Blink and BKB will be on the menu shortly after. But you could also go Bloodthorn straight away too, because yeah, it works on your idol. It's a pretty good item for Enigma in general.
That sounds kind of cool. Oh my god, he's gonna black hole him. Yep. And got the strength form off, but will it be enough to keep him alive? It will. On Kushi. Manages to get some
sure.
Oh, that's a good point. The Malefice, 5 stacks, and Razor comes in right at the end for the finish. Never mind, they brought enough people.
Yep. 4-man rotation there. They just left her Og with his own devices there. But they stole some stacks as well on Sure Jr.
That's really good. So making the move over, they knew that those stacks were coming out. It's a Shadow Demon game. That was about a 3 stack. So tower for it. They get some damage onto the mid tower at the same time. It's like one win doing these like guerrilla warfare tactics to try and keep things from getting too far out of control, but it's already a 3,000 gold lead.
It's definitely not an ideal laning stage here for one win. However, you do have some options here, and I think mainly it's going to be the Storm doing what he can on the map, and he's been trying his best to try and make things happen, stealing stacks, killing the Enigma, but you can't do it all at this point. You unfortunately do have a Morphling that is just so far behind that the road to recovery is going to begin now. The laning stage for him is done. He'll be able to farm, but are you going to be able to outfarm what Navi's putting together here? Because you have your Augie just completely free farming on Sven at this point, the Razor completely free farming too, and the Enigma is also completely free farming. So not a single core here is really having a bad game from Navi, where you still have 2 cores right now that are struggling quite a lot for one win, and you're not going to get back into this game by farming. You're going to have to find some opportunity to get some kills with the Storm Spirit and just kind of collect those gold bounties that are waiting from you on the side of Navi.
Right, and I think that that is somewhere where, you know, the Enigma's kind of a juicy target, which is why we're seeing the Shadow Demon sort of play up on that side towards him a little bit, because, you know, just Orchid, just got boots at this point. Granted, he can turn it around and kill you, but if you manage to jump on this Enigma and, you know, catch him with a couple of heroes, it could be good. It feels like they're just waiting for that first big item, which is going to be the Blink Dagger. Cloud getting close to it, being completed after they took that bottom tier 1 tower. They're going to start rotating through. They want to see if they can find the Sven. He is smoked. Very far back, though.
Well, both are smoked, actually.
Yeah.
Both teams.
They were looking for Sven. This is Arcane Rune just popped. He's going to have it for when this fight goes on. The scan comes out. Realize
you gotta run if you're running. You gotta run.
DK. They see him.
Okay.
Thinking about jumping. Jared Jr., he's crazy. He wants to run in, wants to get that kill. Will he be able to bring down Malady? The save disruption is there. Swedenstrong makes the move in. Cloud is already dead. They will get the CM, but it is going to come at a hell of a cost. Oh, Malady, give him all the tip. Give him the tips. 3 for 1. That is not what they were hoping for.
I mean, from our perspective there, to me, it was like that smoke from Navi was like a freight train coming your way. You had to run from that, but they decided they wanted to try and fight. I was looking, I was like, what damage do you have? You're going to kill a Razor who has like a wand. He's got a ranger ops. He's got Yasha. Maybe you can burst him, but they decided to go on this wrong target, in my opinion, right? They went on for like the CM instead, and then Sanctity gets the full link off onto this DK, does all the damage there. It hurts. I know they feel like they need to do something with these moves, but if you make the wrong move, things just get worse. You do have a Blink Dagger now available for Cloud. Unfortunately, it is revealed, so they know it's there, but I am not sure what you do with this Blink Dagger at this point.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough one, no doubt about it. You definitely need to play with the Storm, but he needs another rune.
Not again.
Yeah, they're going right at him. This is the Blink reveal, and he's just going to get Orchided and brought down very rapidly. Can they get another? Respect, no more leap charges. Slowed, linked, dead. Navi came out of the gate swinging, and they have not looked back.
Navi have complete control of this game at this point. The one thing that couldn't have happened for them was have a bad laning stage. I think if they had a bad laning stage, things would look a lot different here. But this is going picture perfect the way they wanted it to go. Enigma really shut down the Morphling in the laning stage, still trying to recover from that. The Storm was a bold choice against the Razor, but unfortunately, as we've seen these fights, it's not really working out. I had my concerns about the Storm making stuff happen against like the Crystal Maiden, and we're seeing in every single fight. Malady is getting this level 4 Frostbite, disabling him for 3 seconds, and Chiro Jr. doesn't feel like he can make the space in this game. Not to mention the rotations have been kind of on point here as well throughout the laning stage for Navi.
No, it's been really clutch. Movements, covering each other. You saw Malady like almost died in that last fight, but the last second they come in with the Shadow Demon and Zayat's make sure he's staying alive. You talk about, you know, the CM's skill build. Shadow Demon, 3 points up in disruption. Now a 4th taken before the Shadow Poison's maxed out. He's trying to amp up that damage and just, you know, make sure it's always up. It's pretty cool stuff across the board for Navi, and it's the similar move. One win, they have to make something happen. This isn't amplified damage for Chiro Jr., so things could look different with Shadow Demon maybe being the first. Well, no, they're not going to run into him first. They're smoked up too, and they're heading away. Oh, this is unfortunate timing for one win. That would have been a huge pickoff. They're going to see Malady in the mid lane. And could go for him. Are they going to get baited?
Oh,
no,
no,
the turnaround. The silence not like this. Chiro Jr. goes down. Cloud is likely to fall after. Oh, God. It couldn't have gone worse.
Yeah, you're definitely thinking at this point, if you're one of what the hell can we do in this game? Because every single thing that they're trying to do is getting completely shut down by Navi here. Navi, props to them though. Like the way they're reading the map is been flawless.
Yeah.
Whenever, and even Malady is like, you know, the Storm, I'm gonna walk over here. He's feeling a little desperate. He's gonna jump. Just be behind me on Enigma. You got Blink Orchid.
Oh, no.
We're gonna get the kill there.
And every
what
time
happened here?
they try and make a move, they're like preempting it and catching Sweden strong out. Yeah, I mean, some of it I think also are these like really good wards by Navi in sort of awkward places that are catching things out. Whether it caught the smoke or whether it's, you know, just showing where people aren't, they're consistently getting it. And these, you know, just out of sentry range over and over again. Obviously, if you're getting kills, it's easier to get down good wards and it's sort of the snowball effect. But 16 minutes in, it's a 10,000 gold lead. Navi not taking their foot off the gas.
Definitely not as Chiro Jr. Oh, no. Looks like they'll find DK instead.
Yeah. I mean, nobody's doing any damage in this game. We look at the damage numbers at the end of this, unless something drastically changes, Morph and DK are going to be like sub 10k.
Yeah, they're going to have to take a fight when Morphling has a point in his ultimate. And they're going to have to use this Vessel on the NP, which is going to help his bit too. And I think if you get Shard on NP and you Vessel this Razor, and then you turn into Razor as Morphling, you'll have some damage.
All right.
But the issue is, at this point, is Enigma, because he's like a multi-level threat at this point. This Orchid is already, just the item itself is a threat, right? But then you also have the Black Hole you have to deal with.
Jeez. And, well, the Blink right on top of them. Yeah, the last pick Enigma, I mean, I don't think it's that often nowadays that we see like a last pick that's 9th of the picks become like this huge counter. Usually it's like the last pick overall that's destroying people. But this time they were able to get it that early. They're going to go on to Munkushi now, try and take him down. Manta's low. Do they have enough to kill him off in time? They will indeed. At
the same time, they tried to go on Uragi, but the best they could do was just force his BKB out. Just as we mentioned before, you're down 12,000 gold. You just don't have the damage anymore to kill these heroes. There's not a single hero right now that I feel does any damage. At most, I think the NP might be the highest damage dealer, just by pressing Vessel.
Right.
It's not like his right clicks are doing much, but just the fact that they're so low damage that some percentage-based spell is going to be their highest damage dealing ability.
No, this is
Junior. And
yeah, he's getting out of there, scouting a little bit with his kobold. I think one of the scary things for one win too is that we're coming up on that 20-minute mark. They're likely gonna lose the Tormentor. I feel like the only thing that Navi might not do that for is if they're trying to, just go and get Roche at that time. But right now, it's
five-man smoke. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, what else can you do, right? They now have a Blink Dagger on Shadow Demon too, so his positioning is going to be on point. They're all together. If they go on this in the wrong way, they're all going to get caught in a black hole, and they're dodging. Yeah, don't want to be here anymore.
I mean, they really need a fight like this, but at the same time, they don't. If they lose a fight like this too, it's going to be almost, 2 feet in the grave at this point. They already have 1 foot in.
Yeah. No, it's you can see they're moving over to this side of the map. So yeah, the 5 heroes smoke together, turns into nothing. They'll get out on the map. They're going to get some wards down, reclaim some of this area, but they are losing control of their ancients. They're going to probably lose the tier 2 tower mid in just a few. And one win just hoping to get into some item timing that helps them. But what that is, I don't know.
There is no item for 1-1 that's going to make this better. It's not going to be an item thing.
Yeah.
It's going to be a play thing.
Maybe it's Yuragi tanking tier 3 tower for a while and losing like a quarter of his HP. No, they won't be able to get there in time to punish it. He popped God Strength and just ran up and started hitting the tier 3 tower, and it's almost dead. That's kind of awesome.
He wanted to make sure they came back, and a lot of structural damage there. There was a ping that just went onto the Tormentor, and I think that could be juicy for Navi here. If you're looking at objectives, it could be tier 1 mid, or tier 2 mid, so I'm sorry. Tormentor, Roshan, double Tormentor. Just keep building that lead. There's no reason not to.
Yeah. I mean, I think that the only fear is they take you a fight at that Tormentor and end up paying the price for it, but I mean, as long as you're careful about how you're doing it, they should be able to do it freely.
Wisdom rune, double wisdom as well.
Oh, yeah.
This is just getting nasty.
I mean, yeah. Navi are doing everything that they need to at this point in the game to make sure that they're closing this one out cleanly. Sanctity also popping the regen rune, so he's back at full HP immediately.
And Syats knows that the only place they can farm is their side of the map here, and he's setting up ward, he's setting up vision, and he's setting up his body to potentially kill them as they farm there. I really think that Navi is... Sure, when you have a good laning stage, it's kind of easy to play clean Dota because you don't have much threats, but they're really showing that they know exactly what to do to stay ahead in a winning game.
Yes. Well, I mean, I don't know if it would have necessarily solved anything differently, but 4 bounty runes taken and then having to skill leap first as Mirana, it just feels really, really bad against that lane, and that top lane set the tempo for everything else. Now, there are still obviously ways for one win to win a fight. Mainly it has to do with like catching people when they're separated and not in position. Because if they're grouped together, particularly with Aegis, you're definitely not winning that fight. They have a DD also on Storm now. I know it's called Amplify, but in the bottle, if you look at the bottle, it says double damage. Oh, look, they got him. Bang.
And a gem.
Okay.
That's big.
Sanctity runs
How
in.
big is it?
Cloud TP's out.
Oh, okay. Not bad, not bad. So that was a good sequence of events there. Getting that gem back kind of helps you keep your side of the map, and more importantly, it might just help you from getting choked out on the map. Enigma did finish his BKB though, so he is pretty strong. Oh, he didn't actually.
Oh, wait a minute.
Finish it.
Wait a minute. Arrow comes in. A chance. Oh, the save is there, but can they still kill him after the fact? They need to bring him down. Black hole out. That's huge. They managed to do that, also keeping the gem in the hands of Mirana. All right. Suddenly, Navi getting a little bit too cavalier with their movements. They get punished.
I am so confused because I saw Enigma on the top lane bringing that BKB out.
Yeah.
For the longest time. Did he stop his courier or something? I was like,
don't
oh,
know.
there's a threat here. Then Enigma has BKB. This is real bad for them. But he did not. Maybe he was afraid of the NP sniping it. But either way, that's a good kill. They don't really care that their Enigma's dead. They're still going to push. Feeling that strong.
Okay.
Which they should, honestly. I feel like Razor and Sven are unkillable right now, even if you dump all your spells on them. If their team is nearby. You really have to kill heroes like the Enigma and the supports. Those are going to be like the easier targets. Going for Sanctity when he has S and Y, Lincoln Sphere. A lot of defensive items there, right? He's pretty tanky. Might be a hard kill. And of course, Jiragi. He's playing Sven. This guy is super tanky. He's got Aegis. He's got Ags. He's got 5 billion armor. Good luck with that one.
You know, the key here. Mirana leaping backwards to get Sven into the fountain. It's the only way.
Okay.
Junior breaks smoke, zips away, keeps himself alive.
He's low mana, though.
Yeah, it's scary. It's a little scary. Arrow thrown. Trying to zip away. Yuragi chasing. Not quite in range.
The
to get
gem
off
on
the
courier?
Mirana.
Oh, they didn't go for it. Okay. Mirana's courier was just chilling there with the gem. He's a little afraid for it.
I mean, again, like this is that little opening there helps a lot. It was a 15,000 gold lead. We're now down to 11k. They are going to disrupt and find Cloud. He immediately TPs away again. That keeps him alive. They need to find those couple more little openings.
I wonder if Zayats at some point gets frustrated by this and buys like a Yules or something. Because the one thing they don't have is really good lockdown. And Zayats is finding lots of heroes, but they're just TPing away from him. I guess you can't really afford to buy that. Okay, we're gonna go on Shira Jr. here.
Passing over the Lincolns, making sure he survives, and Shira Jr. goes down. Oh, that was good. Is that the Lincolns? What was that?
Sanctity coming in here.
Okay. Bushi switches into the Razor. Switches back out.
You could just wait that out if you wanted to.
Yeah.
But you don't have... There's no storm, so maybe you just go here.
Anti-style done for Dragon Knight.
And Sanctity kind of is going a different route here. He disassembled his S and Y. He now has a Manta going into Halberd.
Dire are scanning.
Good old Manta Halberd build.
Oh, yeah. That is kind of cool. Well, I'm curious over the next couple of minutes here if Navi try and make something happen with this Aegis. I mean, Yuragi's on the bottom side of the map, so it seems unlikely. Sweden Strong farming out over by the Ancients. They're going to TP now. Hoping to find him. Scan.
And they have vision of him.
Oh, yeah, there he is. They got him. Sweden Strong goes down. Little punishes here and there. Now finding Malady. Is there any way for anybody else to get there? It doesn't look like it. Oh, the arrowed. So it ends up being a trade 1-for-1.
Yeah.
You take those.
Oh, they stopped the TP though here. And Shira Jr.
Oh, and he doesn't have enough mana.
They denied the...
Take that. Okay, well, that makes it no longer worth it. Good move by Zayats. Well played.
I mean, the funny part is he probably could have just taken that bounty, you know?
Yeah.
But for style points, just denies it.
Hoping that somebody was going to step up for that. Rune on the top side, Cloud and Munkushi ready to go. At what point do you think Morphling starts to get into enough damage to be worthwhile? Although,
Cloud?
oh, TP out?
Can't TP. He can't.
Oh,
It's on
no.
cooldown.
All right, he goes down.
Trying to find farm on the map wherever they can. It's just unfortunately isn't one of those games that's like super competitive, right? They can't like take fights in a traditional manner, so they do have to resort to like ratting a lot, just trying to split them up. That way they can take an advantage fight with numbers.
Right.
But you're just not giving them that on Navi. Navi's not giving them any opportunity.
Radiant
And unfortunately, some of the heroes are just so obnoxiously farmed that even if you do find them by themselves, like this Sven, you're not killing them. Even this Razor, if you do find him by himself, this man has 3 defensive items. How are you killing him? He's got Lincoln's Halberd and Manta. These aren't kills. You really are limited on who you can even kill on the side of one win. And if you run into the wrong guy, well, you're just dead. And that's kind of unfortunately what's happening at this point.
Yeah, I mean, Malady is half of the kills that one would have gotten. The CM is going to be the one that they go for pretty much every time at this point. But, you know, I guess that the question mark is going to be, can they isolate that one person alone as they're all separated out a little bit? Because, you know, Navi, they are playing with a little bit of distance between them. And then when there isn't that distance, that's when you see one win make this move where they're going to try and farm the other side of the map for a little bit. Trying to delay this game out as much as possible. Roche still a minute before it's capable of respawning. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Navi throw a couple more of these illusions at the towers for a little while.
Yeah, and it's increasingly depressing when you have this Dragonite where you normally see him siege.
Right.
He's being disrupted and being used against him, so he's losing his own. He's killing his own towers essentially. The Shadow Demon is a really good counter to the Dragonite.
Movement in.
It's retreat time.
And do they find anybody? They will. Oh, Murata, run! Takes off the dust though. Nice play with the Greaves, but the second dust comes out and ends up getting caught. Retrieved. Yeah.
Cher Jr. just doing what he can, farming Ancients on the opposite side of the map. It's one of those games where you just one win feels more comfortable playing on the enemy side of the map because you know that Navi, sitting strong, he's gone down. Same story, different place. Support's just trying to get the lanes out, getting hunted down. And going through backdoor protection here, Augie. I don't think that works, my friend.
No, not so much. They
not yet, at least.
Right. Yeah, need a little bit longer. Just get one of those rapiers online. They'll be ready to go. No, it's very much a split up the map and try and dodge as much as they can. It looks like Navi all grouped together in this bottom lane are going to make a concerted effort to actually finally push a little bit, or maybe not. Maybe they're just going to make another move to kill people.
They're just going to keep sweeping the map here on Navi continuously. Yeah. I think getting the next Aegis is fine. There will be a point, though, where they can just go high ground. I think that'll be with the Aegis. And that one, I mean, Roche is up. You just have to go check it. It is going to be on the Radiant side.
Yeah. Maybe go at, like, the Dire side or whatever.
Bushi has been found.
Stunned. Does get the waveform out, though, and over to his own high ground.
Yeah, they're just kind of asserting dominance here, though. But as you can see, the net worth isn't changing much because OneWin is doing a pretty good job of just making sure that they're getting out on the map. And even though they are dying here and there for it, there are times where we see that they don't die, right? And they manage to get some farm up, and NP making a prime example of that right now, just TPing the enemy side of the map, just always farming, going for that Hex next.
I mean, there is that sort of conglomeration of 4 heroes that are getting some kind of farm. I mean, it's going to take them, you know, winning some fights to eventually hope to ever get this close to pulling it back together. They are moving down now towards the bottom side of the map, Navi, to secure themselves Roche. Now, there isn't a Treant that's down here, which is going to see Malady. Is there any thought of coming and contesting this, or are you looking to just farm? It looks like they're getting over there.
Oh, they definitely got the thought. And they're just still... All it takes is one fight.
Yeah.
To really blow these games open. They're not easy fights, but they still got to go for it.
Moonlight Shadow, half duration. Now they do have Enigma here. Is there any way that they can try and go for that kill? The stun. Can they pull him down in time before the BKB black hole? He turns it, staying alive. Nefrit makes his way through. Oh no! And now just trying desperately to get anything, but Enigma, he lives through it all. They needed an arrow. They needed something. There was nothing. God,
I thought for a second there even Zayats potentially could have saved him, but that was probably the best jump you could do. It just unfortunately wasn't enough.
Yeah.
You're just too far behind in the net worth here. The game is a little bit rough, but they're going to play on. All it takes is one opportunity, I was saying, especially the later the game goes.
Right.
Once you get to that 37, 40-minute mark, even if you lost for 37 minutes straight, if you get one team fight, the rubber band effect is real, and you'll get like lots of experience. You'll get lots of gold for it, and especially map control. But will Navi give you that opening? That is going to be the question. So far, they haven't given them a damage.
No. Well, I think that's a good lesson to everybody out there in the world. Why you buy Soul Booster first on Octarine, because I think without that, Enigma probably would have died. But they make the move. They almost left Roche's banner in inventory. There was like so many memes and questions about Roche's banner. I think at the last DreamLeague stuff that was going on, and I mean just in general since that item's been introduced. Do you have any strong feelings about the banner?
Strong feelings? I don't think anyone can feel strongly about such a mediocre item.
Okay. I mean, maybe that's a strong feeling. It's like you're angry at how mediocre it is.
It's super underwhelming. It's fine. Like, do we really need another item that drops from Roche that has like incredible impact? That's like the question that I have. Like, I feel like it does something, so that's cool.
Okay. Okay.
But is it good? No, it's a terrible item.
All right. Where do you drop it if you're in this game right now for Navi? You thinking like far lane to try and get it to push naturally?
High ground, enemy high ground.
Okay, got it. Nice. Love that. Just asserting dominance. Well, we'll
No,
try.
I'm serious, because like you don't need lane shove, and this banner gives you vision.
Oh,
so
okay.
you can just drop it there, and Enigma can see everything. And if they want to hit it, they're gonna die. So it'll pretty much just gives you vision at this point. You don't need to drop it anywhere.
Free ward. I like it.
Yeah.
Pretty interesting. Well, linking up the illusion, and after taking that entire lane, are gonna back up, take another Tormentor, get another Wisdom Rune, and keep in the movement.
I mean, that's the way I always view the banner, right? It's just it's a ward that takes like 5 hits to destroy. How much is it? I don't remember.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
It's just like a really strong observer ward. That's it.
Interesting thought process, but I like it.
Radiant's middle tower.
I also did see we've got the Greater Healing Lotus for Storm, so trying to do whatever they can to like get that mana back, keep him going in these fights. One of the better heroes to use it, and I mean, definitely feeling a little bit lost right now on one win, but just hoping for that opening in that moment. Monkushi has kind of just been stuck on the other side, not able to do much. Does hit level 20 now, and has a full butterfly. Is this enough point where he's starting to actually do some decent damage?
I mean, he definitely does a lot of damage, but
Right.
he doesn't do enough damage.
Okay.
Right? That's the problem. There's too much control, and Enigma with the BKB, Black Hole, he's not going to be able to do any damage, unfortunately. Right. And your base is going to go down too. Unfortunately, this does seem like a situation where you just run at the enemy base of one win, and you just take it, and one win can't do anything about it. But they'll try.
Radiant's top
But I'm afraid their base is just going to be gone. I think you just wait for God Strength to end here, lose all your barracks, and then fight.
Your junior zips in, zips out, needs to get a full mana pool, but they won't now even be able to chase likely because of that. Moonlight Shadow.
You got to go now, because
Yeah.
if they do that again, you have no base. And right now, there's no God Strength on the Sven. You got 40 seconds to make a choice here, and if you don't make the choice to fight now, well, I'm pretty sure they're just going to do it again, and you're playing versus Megas.
Yeah, it looks like that is happening. Because, yeah, 29 seconds, they can't chase at this point. They have no vision or idea where they're at. So, bit of a missed opportunity. A freaking MKB done for Sven. Yuragi is so farmed. Holy moly. There's also an amplified damage top, which I don't think anybody is going to get with only 30 seconds left. Your juniors just waiting, hoping. Disruption used.
And I think if you want, you can just go high ground. You don't have a wave, though. Top lane has no wave. Mid wave is getting cut, but they have a
Backdoor
little
is
bit
still
of time.
down.
For now.
Zip, backline finds him. Nefrit doesn't lose that much HP. Saved by Zayats. Chira Jr. is still there on top of Melody. They do manage to take down Monkushi almost instantly, and he GG's out. That's it. It's done. I don't know what caught him there, but it didn't feel good.
I mean, I don't think anything about this game felt good for the side of one win, except for getting first blood on your Augie.
There you go.
The one thing that did happen for one win this game that you consider a win, I guess. But other than that, like, this was all Navi. This was a Navi show. Mid lane went really well. We were praising Chira Jr. for doing... He did pretty well for a hard lane, right? But